So two other big themes that have been going around here internally as we're just driving through a bunch of strategy conversations over the last couple of weeks while I'm in town. The two big themes are compatibility and interoperability. So as we are ranking projects and going through priorities for 2022, because we already have a kind of a ridiculous roadmap for the next few months leading to the end of the year. So everything going through 2021 is really set in stone, and we're just in execution mode. But what we're doing is we're planning quite deeply what we're going to be doing this next year, because we realize how important of a point in our history as a project this is, because we have been going for a long time now on transforming ourselves from a cryptocurrency-based blockchain now to one where you can do a lot more on it. Now we need to think very carefully through what is that lot more going to be, right? How are we going to enable it? So as we really decompose the big mandate was opening up the ecosystem. Well, opening up the ecosystem, I think, is greatly facilitated through compatibility and interoperability. So now that we're getting Zendoo to mainnet, and I see there's a question on Menti that we'll answer specifically in Q&A, but just to reiterate, what is Zendoo? Zendoo is an interoperability protocol at its heart, which means that fundamentally we can have many different blockchains launched in our ecosystem that are networked with each other. And by networked, I specifically mean that we can have Zen go back and forth between main chain to side chains, and in the future, hopefully side chains to side chains. And it also means that we can send proofs from side chains back to the main chain and have them verified in the main chain for other types of information beyond just Zen. Right, so this is what Zendoo is. Zendoo is not in itself a blockchain. Zendoo is not in itself a specific consensus. In fact, it's actually consensus agnostic, which is part of the power of Zendoo, actually. We're not delivering something very specific here. We're delivering something general and massively scalable. Now, what we're doing is we're not just delivering this interoperability protocol, we're delivering a specific set of consensus products with it. And here's where we get into talking about some of the things that you've already heard the team talk about, like PGD, the fast Ouroboros consensus that Alberto mentioned recently with 1,000 transactions per second capability. Here's where we talk about things like Lattice, the fully decentralized, recursive proof, Ouroboros version that we've been developing. And it could also mean plenty of other different types of consensus will be launched in the Horizen ecosystem, and they absolutely will be. Even things like having an Ethereum virtual machine are absolutely capable with Zendoo, but this is not something that you're going to get out of the box with Zendoo. So I just want to set expectations, but also set the promise for the massive, kind of opportunities that are right in front of us. Because we have such a large opportunity set, we really do need to think about how we're going to focus our resources. And this is why we're thinking through strategic themes, again, compatibility and interoperability. So as we're doing this, we are very much aware that there has been an amazing amount of innovation throughout this industry across the board, right? You can look at the top projects out there, not just Ethereum, but other projects out there that have had really big breakthroughs in specific technology and really big breakthroughs and communities and developer communities and applications that have been built on them. We have every intention of leveraging this to the max and doing what we can to be completely interoperable and compatible with everything that's been going on out there. More to come, and timing and sequencing is really what it comes down to, but some really good conversations we've been having here. So to wrap it up, I do want to say that we have been absolutely relentless in developing this project and this ecosystem. We're constantly laying foundations, and even just this year, just to highlight a few of them, besides the deep technical foundations that we've been laying with Zendoo, and then all of the other products and projects that are going along with it, the different types of consensuses, we had a Coinbase Pro listing, and then we had a Coinbase listing, and now we just got a Horizen investment trust shares issued to the public marketplace, right? So these are things that are unique, and in combination really do set us apart from other projects that are out there in the marketplace. There are plenty of really good ones, but there aren't that many really good ones, right? And we certainly are laying the groundwork so that we're in that set and constantly innovating and constantly expanding access to our ecosystem and just the maturity of it across the board.